Okay, in the probability density function, if you have a look at example 12, okay, if you look at example 12, example 2, what example 12? Example 2. Okay, what is the probability density function given? X squared over 2. And they give you the possible value of a probability density function defined for possible values of the variable. Yeah, question 2. Example 2. I'm talking example 2 on page 226. Over 9. Okay. I better wear my spec. Tak boleh harap punya you lah. Okay, so you see the probability density function defined for the possible values of the variables. Okay, so in this case, the variable, the value range from 0 to 3. Correct? So the first criteria is fx must be greater than or equal to 0 for all values of x. So that is the first criteria. So is this true? Let's sketch the graph for this function. So in order for the probability density function to be valid, first criteria must be fulfilled. Can a probability be less than 0? Cannot. Correct? It cannot be negative. So you see the whole graph from 0 to 3. The graph is above the x-axis. So satisfied. If this is not satisfied, that means this probability density function is not valid. Faham? You understand or not? The first criteria. Okay, second criteria. When you talk about probability, correct? So we know that sum of the probability must be equal to what? 1. So the first criteria must be fulfilled first, then only we check the second criteria. So for this probability density function, correct, how are we going to find the sum of the probability? Understood? Find the area bounded by the probability density function. Am I right? So let's check. If I integrate from 0 to 3, do I get 1? Please do so. Do you get 1? Please integrate. Although the book got integrate. So the first criteria must be fulfilled first before you check the second criteria. The order must come in this way. You tak boleh songsangkan, you songsangkan habis cerita. So you get x cubed over 27, 0 to 3. So you get 1, am I right? So dear, satisfied. So if I change the range of the value of x, then it's not. Are you clear? So that is called valid probability density function. First, the probability density function curve must be above the x-axis for all values of possible value for x. Second, the total area bounded by the curve for the defined values of x must be equal to 1. So now, can you please now, based on this example, can you explain to me why probability of x equal to 2 is equal to 0? Are you able to explain to me like that? Okay, how are you going to explain this to me? You know that if you want to find the probability for a particular continuous variable to happen, you find the area bounded by the probability density function, betul tak? So now, if I have probability of x equal to 2, can I write this as probability of x greater than or equal to 2, less than or equal to 2? Sama tak? Hello? Why I want to write it like that? Because I want to tell myself that this is the integral from 2 to 2, correct? Betul? So if I go back to, if I want to find the probability for a particular value of x in a continuous variable to happen, I write as an inequality. I use integration, and you should dah tahu kan apa ceritanya kan? What do you get? That means this is telling you that for any continuous random variable, chances of a particular value to happen is equal to tak mungkin berlaku. And if they ask you to explain why, you explain like that. Do you get me? Okay, so now if I ask you another question. Okay, is probability of x greater than or equal to 1.1 less than 2 equal to probability of x greater than 1.1 but less than or equal to 2? Sama tak? Tak sama? Betul tak sama? Okay, if I give you this, how are you going to find the probability of? So if I write as definite integral, it will be 1.1 to 2 x squared over 9 dx, correct? Betul tak? So if I want to find this, I also use the same integral, correct? So are they the same? Are they the same? It's equal. Because for continuous variable, the chances for a particular value happen is equal to 0. So ada equal sign, tak ada equal sign, kisah tak? Tak kisah. That's it. Another point that you have to take notes of. See or not? But when I talk about discrete, kisah tak? Kisah. Important. I have to take notes of. Okay? So there are three things that we have to take notes of when we talk about continuous random variable. First, what will be given? You will be given probability density function. Okay? You're given probability density function. First, what should you check? For the defined possible value of the variable, the probability density function, the whole function must be above the x-axis. That one is the first one you're supposed to check. If that is out, that means the function is not valid for probability density function. Second, the sum of all the probability, that means that for within the given variable must be equal to 1. It must fulfill both. Then only consider as valid probability density function. Third, the chances for a particular value of continuous variable, random variable to happen is equal to 0. So if you want to find the probability for a range of values of x defined by that probability density function, what you need to do, you need to use your calculator and integrate. Whether got equal sign or no equal sign, it doesn't matter at all. And you can straight away use your calculator FNINT and find the probability. But you please write down this expression first. Clear? So this will be the whole thing of 8B.1. So the other class, they say they want to do 8B.1 first, the whole thing, then only I go to 8B.2, whereby I'm going to talk about how to find the mean, median, and mode. So my explanation ends. So you do your 8B.1. Can? Or you want me to straight away go into mean mode? There will be another long story. Okay, in any case, you can use your graphic calculator to find, huh? Okay, but there are some you really have to integrate, okay? Depend on the question. So please look through the question and get the answer, please. Give some idea. Like question 2, correct? Like question 2, first of all, you sketch the graph. Okay, right? So you prove it. Yeah, this is your x, this is your fx. So you say for x between 0 and 3, graph of fx is above the x-axis. So done. So satisfied the first criteria. Okay, then for part B, check fx is a valid probability density function. So yang pertama sudah kan? So now we have to check the second one, means now I have to find the probability of x between 0 and 3. So I write down integrate from 0 to 3. My fx is 2x over 3 minus 2x squared over 9 dx. Okay, I don't have to integrate. I just say this is equal to 1. So therefore, conclusion valid. Are you clear? Got it? But for question 3, part A, they ask you to show. Kalau dia panggil show, means you cannot say calculator say so. Paham? So you have to really integrate. Sin 2x dx. So what you need to do is, you just integrate sin, you got negative cos 2x over 2. 0 to 3 pi by 2. So what is the next step is, you just put in negative cos 2 times 3 pi by 2 over 2. Take away negative cos 0 over 2. So what you need to do is, this part you can just use calculator. So calculator will give you half. And this part also use calculator. Calculator will give you negative half. You just need to write down this one. Okay? It doesn't mean that you cannot use calculator. You can use calculator. So equal to 1. Are you clear? So now they say, explain why fx equal to 2x is not a valid probability. So because this is the second criteria. So you have to check the first one. Are you clear? When you say check the first one, question 3, that means I have to sketch the graph of fx equal to sin 2x for x between 0 and 2 pi. So you got the graph. Then from the graph you speak. Are you clear? Okay. So you will know what to do with it. I don't have to tell you. The graph will go like that. Am I right? So if, yeah, you don't have to specifically know this. So you can use your graphic calculator and get these two values. Then you say for x between what? Fx is less than 0. Therefore, it is not a valid probability density function. Clear? For number 4, correct? You have to use this concept. Integrate from 0 to 4, a square root of x dx must be equal to 1. So a is a number, correct? You can just take out. So you can find this value first, then only put it back in. Paham? Then you will be able to get your A. Yeah. Okay? You get what I mean? That is called valid probability density function. Okay, try to work it out. Okay, if I integrate, I do part by part for you to see. Okay, if I integrate 0 to 4 x, this one will be x to the power of 3 over 2 divided by 3 over 2. Am I right? Power plus 1. Okay, 0 to 4. So this will be 2/3. 4 to the power of 3 over 2. Take away 0. Okay, you can use your calculator. 4 to the power of 3 over 2 is 8. Am I right? Is it 8? So this will be 16 over 3. Yeah. So now I put in A times 16 over 3 equal to 1. So my A equal to 3 over 16. Okay? Can? So if you want to talk about 4B, you want to find the probability that is 0 to 1. So you key in your calculator, 0 to 1. Okay, now your fx is 3/16 root x dx. Okay, you try. No, you don't have to integrate. You straight away use your FNINT, please. You try. Should be the same as the. No, not the same. Sama. Not the same as the textbook. So textbook yang salah atau kita yang salah? Tentulah textbook salah. Same as the textbook. Dan siapa salah ni? Dia check properly or not? Semua tak boleh percaya benda ni.